Hi, my name's Halie. I am from San Diego, and this is my story. So, growing up, I came to know Christ at a very young age. I'm very thankful to have parents who love the Lord and who shared the gospel with me at a very young age. So, I accepted the Lord into my heart at like 5, but didn't really come to know him like I do today until about my sophomore year. And I made my faith my own, and Jesus became more than just a name. And yeah. So going into my sophomore year of high school, COVID had just hit, and I just experienced loss in my family for the first time. And I never experienced that, and I didn't understand how to deal with grief or really express my feelings. So going through that, I felt like I had to distract myself and felt like I needed to go to different outlets and really suppress the feelings that I knew I needed to express, but I didn't want to, because I hate sitting in negative emotion and just love to be happy all the time and joyful. But the Lord really grew me in that season and taught me that it's okay to be sad and to bring those feelings to Him. So one night in my room, I was alone, and it was the first time where I really felt like I couldn't bear the burden of my grief. I couldn't keep it to myself anymore, and I knew I needed to do something, but I didn't understand what it was at that time. So I just sat in my room and came before the Lord and was just so honest with Him, and He met me exactly where I was. I didn't need to show up as this courageous, faithful person. The Lord met me in my grief as someone who was super weak, and the Lord gave me a vision, and He showed me that I was never alone in my grief, even though I felt so alone. But He showed me that He was with me the whole time and really taught me how to surrender and to give my burdens to Him, because that's what He calls us to do as children of God. And I feel like that was the night where I really began to understand, like, that my life is no longer my own, and it's something that I want to bring to the Lord and give everything to Him. Okay, so that happened my sophomore year, and the rest of high school I spent just striving after the Lord, and I went on missions trips to Tijuana. I went on one to Panama, and just found this love for the gospel, for sharing the gospel, and my love for Jesus grew. So after high school, I knew I wanted to go into ministry, but I didn't know what that looked like. So I went to community college for 2 years, and at the same time, I also did a ministry school through my home church called North Coast Church. And I spent 2 years there focusing on worship and what it looks like to lead a congregation, what it looks like to disciple your congregation as a worship leader. And I grew so much there, which I'm so thankful for. But once the 2 years was up, it was kind of time to decide to transfer schools or to stay at my church and continue working. But I desired to continue in my education and felt encouraged to get a degree and to set up success for my future. So I toured a few schools, and Vanguard was one of them, and I came here and just felt so much peace, and I loved it. And I knew that the Lord could open doors here, And through the many people I met, specifically like the faculty, I could tell that I was going to be poured into here. And so I auditioned for the music program, and I came here, and I absolutely love it. The girls I met on the first day are some of my best friends today, and it's only been like 6 months. And so I'm super thankful that the Lord brought me here and that I get to finish my education here. So worship is a huge passion of mine, and I just love being able to express my gratitude, my love for Christ in that form. I started leading worship at 8th grade and continued throughout high school, and really became dedicated to it after high school. And that's where I got to learn more about it and learn more about the discipleship part rather than the musical part. And that's the part that I really fell in love with. I've grown up singing and absolutely have a passion for that. But when it came to worship leading and learning how to disciple from the stage almost, it became this, my mindset shifted of what worship looked like and how powerful it is and what it's truly about. And yeah, I'm just excited to learn more about how to be a better leader and how to grow more in that area. So yeah. So the Lord taught me that He is here with me, and I don't have to be around anyone else or be at a certain church or be at a certain place for me to encounter Him. And I just want to remind you guys that He hears your prayers, and He is with you wherever you go, and He just loves you for who you are as a son or daughter in Christ. So the Lord taught me that He is here with me, and I don't have to be around anyone else or be at a certain church or be at a certain place for me to encounter Him. And I just want to remind you guys that He hears your prayers, and He is with you wherever you go, and He just loves you for who you are as a son or daughter in Christ.